Halo, nama saya Sueb. Saya salah satu dosen dari program studi pendidikan bahasa Inggris Universitas Negeri Surabaya. Saya akan memperagakan pembelajaran mata kuliah yang saya ampu, yakni public speaking. Proses video pembelajaran ini merupakan bagian dari proses sertifikasi dosen, khususnya penyataan diri dosen untuk kerja di bidang pembelajaran. Mata kuliah public speaking merupakan mata kuliah wajib yang harus diambil oleh mahasiswa S1 Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris, di mana mata kuliah ini berbobot 2 SKS dan mensyaratkan mahasiswa harus lulus mata kuliah speaking yang sebelumnya, yakni essential speaking. Sehingga gradasi dari essential speaking, di mana speaking for daily purpose and discussion, mereka kemudian belajar dalam konteks dalam taraf pembelajaran public speaking, di mana mahasiswa praktik belajar untuk berbicara di depan umum, baik secara monolog maupun dialog. Terkait dengan capaian pembelajaran mata kuliah public speaking, mahasiswa diharapkan mampu memperagakan public speaking sesuai dengan tujuan dan sesuai dengan topik yang dibahas, serta mahasiswa mampu menyampaikan gagasan-gagasan serta ide secara terstruktur, secara lancar, komprehensif, serta kritis, serta bagaimana mereka mampu menyampaikan respon atas satu diskusi. Kegiatan pembelajaran untuk mata kuliah public speaking menitikberatkan kepada keaktifan mahasiswa atau student-centered learning, di mana mahasiswa harus secara aktif berpartisipasi dalam proses menampilkan pidato, dialog, diskusi, serta menganalisis jalannya pidato lawan bicara mereka. Pembelajaran mata kuliah ini didesain untuk dilaksanakan selama 14 minggu, baik dilaksanakan secara tatap muka serta pengayaan materi melalui LMS Google Classroom, di mana penggunaan Google Classroom ini dapat menunjang jalannya pembelajaran dengan cara berbagi opini secara lisan maupun tertulis, serta membagi materi pembelajaran, penugasan, serta pembagian video-video pembelajaran contoh public speaking dan tips kiat sukses public speaking. Dalam hal luarannya, mata kuliah public speaking memiliki luaran yang dikategorikan ke dalam 4 kemampuan berbicara public speaking, yakni informative speech, mahasiswa mampu menjelaskan tentang satu subjek dengan rinci. Yang kedua, yakni mereka mampu memperagakan demonstrative speech, yakni mahasiswa menjelaskan informasi tentang prosedur serta proses. Dan yang ketiga adalah persuasive speech, di mana mahasiswa mampu mengemukakan ide dan opini secara kritis, dan ditunjang dengan kemampuan pengayaan, di mana mahasiswa mampu memperagakan impromptu speech. Mereka mampu melakukan public speaking secara seketika berdasarkan topik yang telah diberikan atau memberikan respon seketika atas lawan bicara mereka. Di akhir semester, mahasiswa akan dinilai berdasarkan beberapa aspek, mulai dari kemampuan mereka dalam menyampaikan materi, penguasaan mereka dalam substansi, kedalaman mereka dalam melakukan analisis, dan struktur dalam pembicaraan, serta beberapa aspek yang lainnya, yaitu bagaimana mereka menguasai komunikasi nonverbal, dan yang terakhir yaitu bagaimana mereka aktif dan berpartisipasi dalam proses pembelajaran di dalam kelas. Pada kesempatan kali ini saya akan memperagakan pembelajaran public speaking, khususnya pada bagian materi persuasive speech, di mana pada materi persuasive speech ini nanti pembelajaran didesain selama 3-4 pertemuan. Pada pembelajaran kali ini saya akan memulai pembelajaran dengan menggunakan strategi fishbowl debate atau fishbowl discussion. Pada fishbowl debate ini nanti mahasiswa diberikan kesempatan untuk bisa mengimplementasikan argumentasi mereka secara dialogis dengan lawan bicara mereka, serta mahasiswa yang lainnya mampu mengobservasi dan menganalisis argumentasi serta komunikasi nonverbal jalannya debat dari awal hingga akhir. Pada pelaksanaan pembelajaran kali ini, saya akan memulai proses pembelajaran dengan melakukan review atas materi yang telah kita bahas pada pertemuan sebelumnya tentang struktur argumentasi serta struktur persuasive speech, dan cara mengembangkan argumentasi. Nah, dalam kali ini mahasiswa akan melakukan implementasi argumentasi dalam diskusi dalam strategi fishbowl debate atau fishbowl discussions. Saya akan membagi kelas ke dalam dua kelompok, di mana mahasiswa kelompok pertama akan setuju dengan topik yang diberikan, sementara kelompok yang lainnya tidak setuju atas topik yang telah diberikan. Dengan demikian, mereka akan melakukan satu proses dialogis yang komunikatif serta kritis. Dalam pelaksanaannya, mahasiswa akan memiliki peran sebagai speaker yang berada dalam lingkaran dalam, dan pada lingkaran luar, yakni pada kebanyakan mahasiswa lainnya, mereka akan bertugas sebagai observer yang nantinya mereka akan melakukan analisis serta memberikan feedback dan komentar atas jalannya debat. Di akhir pembelajaran nanti, mahasiswa didorong untuk melakukan refleksi jalannya diskusi baik secara substansi maupun praktis. Topik yang digunakan dalam diskusi kali ini adalah topik kekinian, yakni tentang pendidikan tinggi, serta bagaimana mahasiswa mampu menunjukkan sikap mereka atas topik tersebut, apakah mereka setuju atau tidak, serta di akhir itu pula mereka diajak untuk merefleksikan bagaimana mengaitkan topik tersebut dengan kehidupan mereka, sehingga pada dasarnya pembelajaran ini mengacu pada pembelajaran berbasis kasus serta pembelajaran bermakna. Untuk mengevaluasi mahasiswa di akhir sesi, mahasiswa dinilai dari aspek substansi, aspek analisis logisnya, bagaimana struktur penyampaian, serta gaya pembicaraan, dalam hal ini adalah komunikasi nonverbal, serta bagaimana mereka mampu menunjukkan kejelian atas argumentasi lawan bicara mereka. Untuk lebih lengkapnya, mari kita ikuti proses pembelajaran persuasive speech menggunakan fishbowl debate. Selamat menyaksikan. Okay, thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. Morning. Thank you very much for coming to the class this morning, and I'm really happy to see you again and welcome to the class. I think that everybody is here, and I'm really happy that you are here. I appreciate your attendance this morning. So today's topic, we are going to continue our discussion about persuasive speech. And previously, I would like to recap that we have discussed previous materials. We have learned the structure and the organizations of persuasive speech, and also we have learned how to develop argumentations and also how to construct your case. Now, we are going to practice how to implement your arguments in classroom discussions instead of in a real debate in the parliament, because this classroom discussion is a bit simple, so you can practice and implement your arguments, and it's a bit shorter. Okay, so I would like to recap previously about the previous meeting about the structure. Actually, yes, so we can see when you construct your arguments, just remember back to basic, that make sure that you have your point in your assertion or your content, and then that you need to support your content with your reason. Okay, try to provide evidence or statistics when possible, and then close your arguments with internal conclusion, or what we call as a link back. Okay, so this kind of structure allows your arguments strong, so people will understand and it's easy to follow your arguments. So that is the basic structure. Now, what we are going to do this morning. Now, what can you see in the slides? Parliament, great. So this is the picture of a parliament that I said, okay? So this is the real implementations of persuasive speech that's actually in parliament. So what you can see here is a British parliament, or what we call as a House of Commons, where ministerial colleagues, that's the people who are in the yellow box, and the elected members of parliament, they meet at the House of Commons. They are discussing, they are advocating the issues, maybe about some proposals of new policies or many things. They try to convince each other, especially the speakers, So whether that kind of proposal can be accepted and it can be passed into the law or regulations. However, for our class, we are not going to perform this kind of complex, you can see like that, but we can implement simpler versions of this kind of forum, like what is that, fishbowl debates, maybe we can do parliamentary debate, or in-class debate, or maybe monologue speech of persuasive speech for about 7 minutes here. But in our class, let's start with the simpler versions with fishbowl debate or fishbowl discussions. All right, so anybody of you have known about fishbowl debate before? So when I say fishbowl, what is in your mind? Yes, okay. So it's, yeah, kayak aquarium, great. So that means that it seems that this is strategy, okay, of classroom discussions, that actually there are some speakers who will be sitting inside of an aquarium, I like a fishbowl, and the others are observing from outside. Okay, so this is a good strategy because it allows students to have intense discussions. You have an opportunity to address your opinions, your speech, and the others also give feedback and observe, and also at the end they can also give their personal comments and opinion regarding the discussions. So this strategy is very simple, and we are going to perform this strategy this morning. Okay, are you ready? Okay, great. All right, so the fishbowl discussions that we are going to perform this morning. So if you look at the slides, so this is the general structure, yeah. So firstly, I'm going to divide this class into 2 groups. Maybe I think so. From this one to Firda, I think that you belong to group A, and from April to what's your name? I forget your name. Alif. So you will be group B. Okay. So group A, that you are going to support the topic, and group B, that you are against the topic. Okay. So that is the general structure. Okay. And then we are going to ask you, each group, to brainstorm the topic, and then also you decide who will be the speakers of your groups. Okay, so you need to select 2 among your group members to become the speakers, that they will be sitting in inner circle. Okay, great. And then the others will sit behind the speakers, and they are on the outer circle in the purple zones. Okay, you got it? Yes, so if you look at the job, especially for the inner circle, that you will be the speaker. So you need to address your arguments, that you can use the metrics. I think we have learned the metrics in the last meeting, but let's focus on the observers who are sitting outside the circle. Yeah. So your job is to observe the discussions, and also you can replace the speaker if you don't agree. Come on, I want to change you. Yeah. Okay, that's okay, but try not to do it in this case. Yeah. However, you can also give notes. Later on, I'm going to give you these notes, and you can give these notes to your speaker in front of you if you want to help them by giving a new idea, so your speaker can address in the forum. Okay, so at the end, this is quite interesting, especially for those who will be serving as the observers. You can give your supports by standing up. Yeah, at any time you agree, or maybe you feel your disagreement with your counterparts. Okay, all right. So I'm going to distribute these instruments as your observation metrics. Okay, so especially, so I'm going to give the pink one to group A, and then the yellow one for group B, and make sure that everybody have the instruments. Now I'm going to invite you to make small circle to have to start your discussions about the topic and determining your speakers. Okay, come on, stand up. Yes. Now, let's go to the topic. Before we go topic, any questions about the metrics? Okay, great. I think it's simple. So at any time you have questions, raise your hand. Okay. All right. Now this is the topic. This is about us. Yeah. Whether we should give free tuition at the university or higher education. Whether should higher education and university be free in developing countries like Indonesia? It's quite interesting, yeah? So now I'm going to give an opportunity to all of you to discuss with your group members, within your group members, to brainstorm about the topic. Okay? Now this might take for about 10 minutes, and then I'm going to approach you for further discussion during the case building sessions. Okay? All right, so you can start from now. Yes. Yes, please. What happened? Yeah.
We speak about point 1 or point 2.
Yeah, so I think that you need to, ideally each speaker, they have to speak for about 1 until 2 points, and each speaker will speak 3 minutes. So just make sure it's enough. You don't have to speak very long. Okay, you got it? Okay, good. You can go on for your discussions.
Thank
You guys, any questions? Not, sir. No, for now? Okay, great. So how many topics, how many ideas did you pick now? Do you have now? Two. So what are they? What kind of aspects? Okay, education. Don't you think that if education is free, so meaning that you can give access? Oh, I believe so. So instead of giving free education, so you give free healthcare or other aspects. Great. So good idea. Okay, it's already 10 minutes. Okay, I think that everybody has prepared the materials, and I would like to invite the speakers who will be in the inner circle. So who will be the speakers? So you are the speakers. Okay, great. So you are the speakers? All right, so please, the speakers, you can turn your chairs, and now you can sit in inner circle, and while the others that you might start observing and get ready for the fishbowl discussions. But before we start our discussions, I have some information. So this is the rules for classroom discussions, yeah? So this is important. Now, first, is that the discussion in the classroom is intended for academic purpose. Yeah, so it is not for like policy or anything like that. So meaning, so don't take it for granted seriously what's happening in discussions. Yes, you are talking about the issue, a real issue, but it is for learning purpose, okay? And then, this is important, respect your counterparts. Okay, so just because you disagree with your counterparts, it doesn't mean that you can say anything. Yeah, respect. Don't use harsh statements. Undermining race, religions, or ethnicity, or anything like that. So try to use appropriate language in the discussions. Okay, and then lastly, I would like to invite you that actually we are going to have a reflection sessions at the end of the discussions. So actually, if you think you still have concerns about the topic in your real life, then we are going to reflect at the end of the sessions later on, okay? All right, so just to make sure that the rules are to grant a safe environment for everybody to speak up, so you don't feel afraid of being judged or being, evaluated and threatened by your friends, all right? Right, so this is for learning. So happy discussions. We are going to start our fishbowl discussions. Here. Now, I will serving as the chair. Yeah, so I'm going to read the background of the topics. Okay, whether we should provide free higher education or universities in developing countries like in Indonesia. Now, I think that higher education or universities play a very important part in our life, yeah, because it's going to give an opportunity for individuals to shape and to grow and to empower. Yes, we believe that universities are very important. However, there is one problem. The cost is very expensive. Sometimes it blocks the opportunity for people to come to university because it's expensive. They can't pay the tuitions. So that is why the access of quality education is limited. The question of providing free higher education sparks a debate, just like what you are doing right now. So for those who support this idea about free higher education, especially from Group A, you'd like to talk about the importance of the educational access, you're talking about education quality, you're talking about the long-term economic sustainability and many things like that. However, on the other hand, Group B, as the opposing side, I'm sure that you are going to highlight that, well, free education is going to burden our government's budget, about the quality of education because it's free, or maybe the accountability of higher educations. Now we are waiting any further ado. I'd like to invite the first speaker to address your opinion, Ms. Firda. Come on, Ms. Firda.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Providing access to education in Indonesia, regardless of financial background, can promote equality. Offering free higher education allows gifted students from poor backgrounds to pursue their dreams. Education is a powerful tool that can break the cycle of poverty and create opportunities for social improvement. The provision of free higher education ensures that talented individuals are not constrained by their economic circumstances. This allows them to access quality education, acquire new knowledge and skills that support them towards better job prospects. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Frida, for the very comprehensive analysis to support today's topic. I'd like to invite Ms. April to address her opinion. Ms. April, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for opportunities. Respond to your statement from Firda. Providing equal access to education, regardless of financial backgrounds, may not lead to equality and social mobility as it fails to address broader systemic issues that perpetuate inequality beyond the classroom. Factors like family support, social networks, and access to resources significantly influence an individual's chance of success. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Ms. April, for the opinion of this discussion. It was a really holistic and inclusive approach. Ms. Dian, the time is yours to address your opinion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to respond to this statement. The government's focus on education as a vehicle to promote equality and social mobility can be used as a means of comprehensive reform. Free higher education encourages students to pursue degrees based on their interests and passions rather than simply considering lucrative job prospects. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Dian. Very wonderful and very critical argument and giving response to Ms. April. Now I'd like to invite Mr. Havid to give opinions. Yes, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would like to respond to Dian's statement. So, providing free higher educations may result in students not feeling accountable or motivated. When individuals have no financial responsibility for their educations, there is a risk that they won't appreciate the opportunities that they have. Without a personal investment in their educations might result in decreased motivation and decline in academic result. When students have to bear the cost of their educations, they tend to take it more seriously and feel responsible for their success. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Members from Group B, I'd like to give an opportunity to give questions. Ms. Salina, come on, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Respond to Firda's statement. I have heard about free education will allow students to access the quality education. My question is, how do you guarantee that by providing free education, you can provide them with quality and adequate facilities without them spending money at all? And can you make sure that Indonesia will be more advanced in the future? Thank you.
Thank you for the questions.
Okay, thank you, Madam Speaker. So I will answer your question. By holding free higher education, every student will get quality education and adequate facilities. The government will implement affirmative policies such as repairing and providing physical facilities for study rooms and school buildings. The government will also equip educational facilities and infrastructure as needed, such as providing sport fields and their equipment, and providing digital technology to develop unique learning experiences through innovative learning. In addition, the government will create a scholarship program for underprivileged students and provide subsidies for tertiary institutions. Then, in the college environments, educational activities will also be held free of charge. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the question. Everybody, give applause to our performance. I think that was a really great discussion. Yeah. So all the speakers, they presented and addressed their arguments. So these groups support the idea of free higher education at universities because that it gives an opportunity to Indonesia for advancement in the future. Great. But they say, well, no sir, no ma'am, because we believe that there are other aspects, socio-economic, like healthcare, like welfare, social welfare. It's also very important, so we should not neglect those aspects. A very good and engaged discussions because we got some questions from the observers and also questions too from the observer from Group B. So this is my opportunity to give some practical comments about data. Yes, I think we maybe lacked of data. Maybe we didn't have much time to research the data. So that is why I think for the next round or for the next discussion activities, so try to provide more times to search, to research and data and statistics because it's going to help your arguments better. And also, yes, giving response, thank you, Ms. Adistis, for the comments. And also the reasoning. I think this is the key of argument is on the reasoning. Yeah. So reasoning, actually, you can implement comparison. You can compare one idea with the other idea as part of your arguments. Maybe you can also explain the cause and effects of the idea. Now, the other aspects, I think we are going to focus on the delivery, especially for the tone. Tone, try to maintain your tone. Okay, so sometimes you don't have to speak so fast. I know that you have many things in your notes, in your idea. I want to say anything. No, sometimes you have to maintain your notes. Use time pause. All right, great. Now, this is the last activity, but you can do it at home and anyway. So now everybody is with the observation checklist or metrics, okay, including the score. So I would like to invite you to have a short reflection of today's debate in the last part of the observation metrics. So please write down your reflections. Why do you think that you agree with the topics or not? You might be consistent with your stance. For example, that observers here, you might be consistent that you agree with the idea, or you might also change your idea, your stance. So maybe today you agree with the idea, you might change your idea to disagree with the topic because of the arguments delivered in this forum, okay? All right, so I think that's it for today's discussions, and I hope that we can learn how to address arguments or persuasive speech, like in the classroom discussion setting, okay? So thank you. I think we can see you in the next meeting for another round of classroom discussion. Okay, thank you very much, and good morning, and have a good day. Thank you very much. Thank you.